is Camilla not getting what would be this £360,000 annuity that before her Prince Philip was getting. So is this the royal family tightening their belt? Obviously it was for royal duties, or is she getting money a different way?
She's going to be getting money a different way, because I think it is part of tightening the belt, and also in the endeavors for there to be more transparency about what it costs to have the royal family. So the National Audit Office published the expenditure for the royal family for the past financial year. And they said that looking forward, King Charles is going to be doing more activities, because the expenditure previously based on Queen Elizabeth had been scaled down due to the pandemic. He's probably going to be stepping things up. And so as a result of that, they're scaling back the expenses for other members of the royal family, including Queen Camilla. So that £359,000 annuity, which came from Parliament, will no longer be afforded to her, because they said her expenses for official duties can come out of the sovereign grant. So also published in this report, they showed that the past financial year, the royal family expenditure came to £117.3 million, and £107.5 million of that was funded by the UK taxpayer. So with those kinds of numbers bandying about in a time where people are suffering a lot of financial constraints, they have to be seen to be cutting back. And where expenses can be spared, they're going to try to do so. So I do think it's a lot about optics and an endeavor to paint this tapestry of what the royal family will be like functioning under King Charles.
Judita, we also saw this week Prince William was very complimentary about Dele Alli coming clean in an interview, I think, with Gary Neville about his mental health problems. Was that unusual for Prince William to get involved in that?
I think it's not typical, but I think it's in vein of what Prince William is doing to show the kind of advocacy he gets behind, whether it's homelessness or mental health, which going back to the day of the Fab Four, when William, Harry, Kate and Meghan were all getting behind it, that was really the platform they stood on. Why this was so important is because having a figure like Dele Alli, he's a midfielder for Everton, he's had a reputation where he got a lot of criticism for his attitude and his personality. So having this interview with Gary Neville on the Overlap podcast shed a light and a window into what mental health is all about. It's an invisible struggle. It's an invisible illness. So with all the kinds of criticism he had, people now retrospectively are thinking, oh my goodness, it was because of all of this stuff that was going on within him. And now that we see what he's been open about, what he's been going through, Prince William really got behind it to tell people that this was brave, it was inspirational, that it's not a sign of weakness to be open about talking about mental health. Because if you don't open up, people will not know what you're going through. And someone as big and as popular as Dele Alli can face the kind of criticism he just didn't deserve.
But it was a traumatic childhood, wasn't it? He'd been through extreme pressures as a child.
Yes, he was. At the age of just 6, he was raped as a child, and then he was selling drugs by the age of 7 and 8. He said his life was unspeakable. Even Gary Neville said he struggled to find the words to post the video and just said people should just watch. It was not until he was adopted by the Hickford family that he says were wonderful that his life changed around, or you still wrestle those demons. So imagine all the stories of players from disenfranchised families from poverty who become superstars in football, and they face the backlash of an entire world, the entire public, or they're human beings who have been through harrowing things most people couldn't imagine.